Hello everybody, it's Mika Rocket Jacobson and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing something super fun where I'm going to do my very first DIY maternity silhouette photo shoot. Also, this is my second time shooting because my camera died when I shot the first one. So here we are, round 2. In this video, I'm going to be giving you guys some tips and tricks with regards to doing your own maternity silhouette photo shoot from home. So if you're like me where you don't want to go out and hire someone to do this for you, or if you're taking even more precaution because of COVID where you don't want to have people over or go anywhere to get this done, you are in the right spot because we are going to do this photo shoot ourselves with no help from anyone except our phone, natural light, and a tripod. I will also be giving you guys a couple of tips with regards to your wardrobe, posing, light, setup and angles, the actual shoot, and editing. First of all, the wardrobe. To achieve this kind of silhouette look, you will need to wear something very tight so you are able to show off your curves and all of the beautiful angles. And I would also suggest wearing something really dark. So today I'm wearing a black tank top and black leggings, but I'll also be switching and changing my outfit into like a white dress so you can see the kind of, I guess, the comparison and a contrast of what it's like to wear something white or something dark. For the second part, we've got posing. By no means am I a professional model or photographer, but these are just tips and tricks that I have found helpful based on my photo shoot, and I found that standing straight front is a no-go, and it's very funny looking and it's very boring. It doesn't really show off the bump, and I think we don't want that. So first tip with regards to posing is to face sideways, and that it looked really good when I would bend my extremities. So I found that bending my leg that was closest to the camera made my booty really look so much better than if it was the other way around. So you will see the difference over here. I'm bending my front knee, and then look at that silhouette. And then here's me bending the knee and the back further away from the camera. I like the first one more. And then I just found it also really beautiful looking when, you know, they're just like more lines. I really feel like having the angles in the arms are kind of a contrast, like having those lines with your extremities are a contrast to the bump. Like, so you have the curve bumped, and then you have the straight lines from the arms, and then you have the curve in the neck and the hair. So play around with your poses and pick the ones that you like. And another thing is for your chin. So if you're actually looking down at your bump, it doesn't really show off a nice shape, and you might have like a double chin in the picture. So I would recommend looking straight forward, the floor in front of you, or even up, you know, stretching it out like that. But I think we're gonna try to do that away. And look at the difference from that to this. Photos are not taking photos. I would just recommend standing up straight. But I guess for the sake of photos, you could even like over exaggerate that a little bit. So I guess even in this video, you could see from me slouching, okay? See, look at my silhouette versus doing that. We'll see the difference here. Looking at my belly, slouching, not extending my elbow to the back, extending my elbow to the back, extending my chin forward that's parallel to the floor. And then another thing that I preferred was to have my hair up because, I don't know, I just found it to be very clean. And you can always choose to have like a messy bun, or, you know, honestly, you can have your hair down. But for me, I wanted a really neat bun just so I didn't have like flyaways in the photos. I don't think like tiny flyaways would have been noticeable, but then I just wanted it to be super neat, and I didn't want to have to think about how my hair would appear on photo. No matter what kind of bun you have going, I think just having your hair up also just shows like the silhouette of your neck and even just your head. And I don't know, I just find it more beautiful, but that's my preference. You can do whatever you want. And now we have lighting, setup, and angles. So for the lighting, as I mentioned, I'm using the natural light So I would recommend thinking about the parts in your house that give off really good natural light. But I would also say that you should pick a dark room. Now, why you'd want a dark room is because you don't want the subject to have a lot of light on it. So subject being me, if I wanted to have a dark silhouette like this, we don't want light shining on the subject. So hence the dark room. But you want a dark room with some kind of big window for the lighting for the background. Another good tip also is thinking about the time that you're gonna do your photo shoot. So for me, in this window where I had the shoot, it would have been best for me to do the photo shoot in the morning when the light was beaming right through that window. But I had an appointment to make. Luckily, there was enough light back there, and I'm hoping that I can, you know, tweak the lighting with my edits after taking the photos. If you are really constrained with time, or you just need a boost in light for the background, I would recommend a light like this by SD, and this is an LED light. I don't know how many bulbs are in there, I forget, but it's really awesome because first of all, it's really portable and small and compact. And so you can hide this behind you, so like it'd be there. And then you can choose the tone of the light, so you can make it super cool, warm, anything in between. And you can also choose the darkness or how bright you want the light to be. But for the shoot, I did not use this, and we used natural light. And you'd also want some kind of material that would diffuse the lighting in the background. So for my shoot today, I used IKEA curtains that were sheer and white colored and just very thin, that the light could still seep through, but then it wouldn't be so harsh or in your face. So I'm gonna put some links in the description box below for sheer curtains that I would recommend. But if you even have like a really sheer and thin white blanket, that could do. And what I mean by angling is where and how your phone is angled towards you, the subject. For this kind of silhouette portrait, we'd want your phone or your camera to be straight and parallel to the subject. Your camera would be this way. You don't want it at an angle like this, because then it would make, well, the top of your photo look bigger. And if you have curtains in the back or some kind of like wall that was dark, it wouldn't be a straight line, but it would be something like that. And for this kind of shoot, you want everything kind of just linear. And then you also don't want to take the photo from this angle where your legs appear longer. And again, same reason, you just don't want to distort the photo. You just want everything to be straight on. So have your phone or camera literally straight with no angle. And because I film YouTube videos, I already do have tripods around. So today I used one of my tripods to hold my phone. But again, you don't really need a tripod. If you have a table in front of you, or for me, in front of that window is a bed, you could like plop up a bunch of books, put like a tray, a candle, picture frames, just make it work. And you do not need to go out and buy a tripod. But tripods are very convenient. Okay, now for the shooting portion of it. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So as I mentioned earlier, I only used my phone. This is the only gadget I used for this entire maternity silhouette photo shoot. And I have the iPhone 12 mini. And with this, I chose to use the selfie mode instead of like the camera in the back, just because I thought it would make my life so much easier that I could just see what was going on while I was taking the photos. So I used the selfie mode, I used the timer 10 seconds, and I also used the Apple feature where you can lock the focus on the subject. So I obviously like poked at myself in my screen and chose myself as the focus. So when I went far away from the phone and went to my spot where I was going to take the picture, the lighting and the exposure that I set did not change because it was locked on to me, the subject. Let's get to taking the photos. So here are the photos I took. Then we have the editing portion of it. So I'm literally just playing around with my phone, but things to take note of when editing: the different lighting components. I played around with the exposure, the shadows, the highlight, the contrast, and the saturation. When it came to editing the white one, I increased the brightness and the exposure to make it appear more glowy. And here's the comparison of the lighter one versus the darker one. And as a bonus, this was unplanned, but my family came upstairs, so we got to take a few photos together.
Come. Girl.
A few tips I have when taking photos with your hubby, your partner, or pets is to leave some space between all of the bodies so that light can shine through and you don't end up looking like one blob of a silhouette.
We got it, guys.
I think we got it. We got it.
Good job, Gran.
Good job. And here's our edited family picture and the final shots from today, all edited only through my iPhone. So that was my DIY maternity silhouette photo shoot from home that I did by myself with only my camera, and of course with the help of my tripod and natural lighting. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to stay posted with all the videos I'll be uploading. That is all, folks. Goodbye for now.